After years of slow movement, it appears that Disney has finally decided it's time to step on the gas. Hello everybody, welcome. Disney has had a banner year of announcements for their parks. With Piston Peak, Villains Land, Tropical Americas, Monsters Inc. Land, and now a brand new massive attraction that's even bigger than the Haunted Mansion. With all the new lands and attractions coming to Walt Disney World, some of the smaller projects have been slipping through the cracks. We've had the recent Tough to Be a Bug transition into Zootopia, the upcoming Muppets retheme of Rock and Roller Coaster, the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin transformation, and now the biggest of all these smaller projects. A brand new, massive 50,000 square foot attraction and interactive experience is coming to Disney Springs. From a size comparison, Haunted Mansion is only about 40 to 45,000 square feet. This experience is going to be bigger than the Haunted Mansion. So it is a massive footprint and space. Those of you lucky enough to visit Walt Disney World decades ago will remember the awesome and amazing Disney Quest. Disney Quest was 5 stories of awesome. Epic state-of-the-art gaming experiences, retro arcade games, interactive play experiences, food, drinks, the whole 9 yards. Disney Quest was awesome. And it sat on about 100,000 square foot footprint of space with the 5 different floors. It was huge. This new experience is going to be taking over the majority of that footprint. And not only was Disney Quest one of my favorite experiences at Disney, it was also completely indoor and came as part of your Disney World tickets if you purchased the water park and play and more package with your tickets to get into the parks. You could essentially use one of those tickets to go to one of the water parks or a golf experience or go to Disney Quest. And this was perfect on a rainy day. Some people don't want to go to the parks and they don't want to go to a water park when it rains. And so having an option of an indoor interactive experience that you could spend hours and hours on was a great alternative for people who didn't want to go out in the rain. Of course, rainy days also are the days when it would sell out the most. And so it was always really busy at Disney Quest on those less than optimal weather days. So we usually ended up going to Disney Quest on a perfectly beautiful sunny day because there was a lot less people there and we felt like it was more enjoyable. But again, it's that option and flexibility of having something to do if you don't want to go out in the rain. It was a great option. However, Disney made the absolutely not so strategic decision to close it permanently on June 2nd of 2017. Now, there are various reasons why: costs, upgrade, maintenance, hard to keep things updated. My personal opinion is they fumbled the bag. I mean, they could have figured out a way to make that long-term profitable, sustainable, upgrading the things. They could have made it work. They decided it wasn't worth the effort, much to the sadness of many, including myself. So they decided to replace that with the NBA Experience, which opened August 12th of 2019, and it was a complete failure, which was added onto because COVID hit, and it closed less than 7 months later in March of 2020. So that was an epic failure of a replacement for Disney Quest. And that building has largely sat empty since then. They've done a little bit of things here and there, pop-up stuff, but it's basically been empty ever since. But now a new player has entered the game and they are bringing us a brand new experience, which sounds amazing. It's called Level 99. Now, we announced Level 99 coming a few years ago, but it is finally getting to the point where they are about ready to open. Now, Level 99 exists in different places in the US. They have a couple of different locations. Now, all we have officially is that it's supposed to open sometime in 2026. However, we have new outdoor signage that has been spotted and put in place outside of the building that is signaling to us that this could be opening very, very soon. And as I said, this place is massive, about 50,000 square feet. Now there are 2 stories to this space. Unlike the 5 stories that Disney Quest was, this is only 2 stories of that space, hence the smaller footprint. Over Disney Quest was again 100,000 square feet, but it's still a big area. And it is supposed to be able to support upwards of 1,000 individual players in their games at one time. So what exactly is Level 99, and should you care about it? This experience is listed as a destination for adults, featuring real-world interactive social gaming with over 60 physical and mental challenges set in artistic environments. Now this is a bold move for Disney. An adult-friendly and basically geared for adults. Now their website, their information does say for ages 10 and up, but at the end of the day, they essentially say this is really more for adults, young adults, all the way up. That is sort of their target for this experience. So you're not going to want to go there with small children. That's a big strategy. That's a bold strategy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Given that Disney World is so family friendly, having something so large at Walt Disney World that is geared towards adult is a big move. It's kind of hearkening back to the days of Pleasure Island. I thought Pleasure Island was awesome. I don't know if I'm happy to see it go, but sad to see it go, depending on what you felt about Pleasure Island. But it was interesting. They had all those nightclubs and all the bars and everything. Late night Disney for adults. It was a pretty cool experience. And so I think this Level 99 is trying to appeal to, yes, Disney adults, people who go to the parks, people who are staying there on vacation. Maybe it's people with families, but they want a day off from the kids. They get a babysitter or nanny or something to take care of the kids, and they go do something just adults. But I think it's also trying to draw in locals around the community to come into Disney Springs. So I don't know how that's going to pay off. We'll see if there are enough Disney or local adults that are going to want to do these experiences. To keep it open in a prime real estate area, it's probably really expensive to run that in the location, so we'll see how it goes. The question is it going to be worth doing? Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to find in Level 99. So the first thing is there are going to be over 60 different challenges in the forms of rooms and duels. The rooms are essentially themed challenges. This is meant for teams of 2 to 6 people to work together to try to basically finish or solve a room. And these rooms are not your typical escape rooms. It's not a typical, like, go in there and spend an hour trying to escape and then you're done with the room and you're done with the escape room. These are meant to be 1 to 4 minute rooms each. So you're only going to spend a couple of minutes in each one of these rooms and then you're going to move on to the next room. And what's really exciting to me is the types of things that you're going to find in these rooms. These are going to be things that you probably have seen on different challenge type shows. If you think of like MTV's The Challenge or Survivor or Big Brother, even Wipeout or American Ninja Warrior, some of those different obstacles and challenges and things that they do on these reality TV shows, these are going to be some of the cool types of challenges that you're going to see in these rooms. Again, 60 different rooms, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 minutes per room trying to solve them or finish them or complete them. And there are 4 primary types of rooms. Number 1, physical. This is going to be your like American Ninja Warrior type obstacle thing that you're going to have to conquer. Number 2, skill. This is about precision, throwing things, moving things around, using precision skill to complete some sort of room or task. Number 3, mental. It's going to be you trying to figure out what the heck you're supposed to do, mental challenges, puzzles, etc. And then the 4th one is mystery. And these are essentially rooms that are intentionally misdirecting, misguiding you, trying to confuse you, and you have to solve the mystery. And for completing these rooms, you essentially get rewards. The other locations have a band that you essentially tap. You can get into your locker, you can essentially get points added to it, kind of like a magic band at Disney. Don't know if they're gonna have that at this particular location, but I'm assuming they will. And you get different points based on the time of completion, the difficulty of the room, you get different levels of points, and then you can use those points to buy real world things like food, drinks, stickers, t-shirts, all sorts of things. So I think those 4 different types of rooms and like a bunch of different variety of those things with lots of different types of difficulty, I think it's going to be really cool to try out. Some are going to be very physically intense, so it's not going to be for everybody, and some are going to be very mentally intense, so not for everybody. So I love that variety. They also have a concept called duels. This player versus player or team versus team dueling that goes on in these rooms. One example of those is sort of like a soft version of dodgeball, just to get a feel for the types of things that could be dueling. Level 99 is also going to feature a 2-story bar. 2 full stories of a bar. Full cocktail menus, local beers, everything you would expect from a great bar. And then they will also have a chef-driven restaurant, signature pizzas, shareables, Wagyu burgers with hand-cut fries, 30 different types of sauces, and who knows what else with this chef gonna be here. I think it's gonna be more of an impressive restaurant than maybe what is at some of the different locations. So we'll see what it ends up being, but a full-service restaurant, chef-driven, and a 2-story cocktail bar are gonna be available to you in that massive 50,000 square foot space. Another interesting element to this is currently there are 2-hour, 4-hour, and all-day tickets available for purchase at various prices. Don't know if that's what's going to be offered at Disney Springs, but that's how it works in the other locations. And you have the option of pausing your time via your wristband so that you can actually go out and leave and come back without wasting your time. So if you buy, for example, a 4-hour ticket, you may spend 2 hours and then want to leave, take a little break, go do some shopping in Disney Springs, maybe eat at one of the restaurants there, and then come back without burning all of your time. So that is a nice feature if they decide to keep that for Disney Springs. Obviously for the all-day tickets, you don't need that, but for those time-based tickets, I think it's a nice feature. So this is a great interactive experience that I'm excited to try. I think what I want to know is, will this play into that water park and more option? Is Disney planning on offering this as a potential experience that you can use as part of your tickets like they did with Disney Quest, which I think was one of the reasons why Disney Quest was so popular and they were able to fill up that space, is because it was an offering that you could just basically use for one of your tickets. If they don't have that for level 99, they'll definitely be relying on walk-ins, people making reservations and going there and paying extra and thinking about that being part of an extra part of their package that they may not have been including, and a lot of local traffic coming into there. So we'll see whether or not it's going to be successful. It's going to depend on all those different factors, but I'm excited to try it as soon as it gets here. I think it's going to be opening very soon based on that new signage that's gone out. So be on the lookout for it. Let me know what you think. If you've ever been to level 99, if you've experienced it, was it fun? Did you love it? I've been to some similar experiences in the past that I didn't think were that great. This one looks a little bit different and more interesting to me. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Be sure to comment below and let me know what you think. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Until I see you next time, the noble way is the easy way. Bye-bye, everybody.